So, hi, Nurdeen, how are you?
Yes, I'm fine. Thank you for asking me. And what about you?
Yeah, I'm also doing good. Thank you for asking as well. So, as we are meeting the very first time, so would you like to introduce something about yourself?
Yes, why not? As you know, my name is Nurdeen Khan from UP, district Pakistan. And if I talk about my qualification, I have done my 12th class. Nowadays, I'm pursuing BA in first year
Hmm.
and in first semester.
Okay.
And if I talk about my YouTube channel, I have a YouTube channel where I upload some English conversation videos and related to
Hmm.
some grammar videos. And if I talk about my English journey, it's going well because nowadays I'm having conversation videos daily basis. So that's why it's going well. And if I talk about uh, my other journey, I started it before 1 year. And if I talk about my other skills, I'm learning black flip, sorry.
Black clip.
Yes, yes. And if I talk about my interest, I like to read some book and to have some conversation videos to talk with strangers. So that's all about myself. If you want to ask anything, so
Sound,
you may ask.
yeah, sounds good. Okay. So now it's my turn. As you know, my name I'm Pravesh and I came from Madhya Pradesh. If I talk about my education qualifications, so I'm a master student. Apart of that, currently I'm working on my communication skill. As you know, I am running a YouTube channel, so I don't have much subscriber right now because I just initiated 6 months back. But I know that if I follow consistency, then shortly I will have some subscriber to the help of some like you and some more people. And if I talk about my hobbies, so I don't have any kinds of specific hobbies. Like I'm a person who likes to spend time with friends, and whenever I am alone, then I like to stay at my home. So overall, I'm not too social media addicted. I can say instead of fiddle arounding on social media, I prefer my time having conversation with some random people. It build confidence as well, reduce my some mistakes that I used to make before, and every single conversation taught me something special, how to work on the right way, I can say that.
Yeah,
So
that
that's all
was
about
very
my
good interesting. Okay. Okay. So, do you have any topic on which we can talk? Or
come
just
again.
you are. I was asking to you that do you have any specific topic on which we can talk, or just
Yeah,
we
if you
can
have,
talk
then
as?
okay, okay.
No,
If you have, I'm hmm.
I was asking to you that I don't have any specific topic. We
Yeah, yeah, I
can
have, I
just.
have. Okay, so okay, listen. We will discuss about the topic, but before going on the topic, let me ask some question, which is very mandatory and important. So of course
Okay.
we can learn something from each other because Noordin, whenever we check out the people mindset, like how many kinds of like how do you represent your thoughts and how do you describe whatever is going on in your mind. So the very time we can learn something from each other, I can say. And of course,
Yeah.
every conversation, if we give our 100% without taking about without thinking about our mistakes, so let it be. Mistakes, that's normal, okay, but we have to give over 100% as much as possible. That's
Yeah.
I can say that's good approach.
By mistake we learn something. If we don't mistake, so
Yeah,
we can't learn.
and if I talk about topic, so whenever we discuss any kinds of question, then topic it automatically come in our mind.
Yes. Yes.
So I want to ask some question. So who told you
Okay.
about this? Like when did you realize now I need to learn this language and why? Like what's your main purpose to learning this language?
Yeah. When I was in my 10th class, at that time I thought that I must go in defense sector. I was very excited to go in that sector. So then I thought that English would necessary in that sector. So if I start it now, so after 1 to 2 years, I would learn it properly. Then when I was in
Mhm.
my 12th class, then I started it. Now I have completed my 12th, so that's why now I can speak it with confidently. But earlier days I was not fluent in it because I started it at that time and I was Hindi medium student, so that's why I had to work
Mhm.
lots of on my vocabulary as and I have joined a coaching center for learning spoken English. As I told you that because
Oh,
I was Hindi medium student, so that's why I had to pay.
Hmm.
I had
Hmm.
to face lots of problems. Then I realized that I should practice on online mode. One day I was
Hmm.
using ChatGPT. Then I asked it to ChatGPT. Then uh, how can we practice with real people? Then ChatGPT gave me some app like HelloTalk and AC Fluency. These type of app ChatGPT gave me. Then I found two
Hmm.
app only, and I used to practice with them. And I had friend in my
Hmm.
coaching center with whom I used to practice.
That's a nice approach. So, like, it's very hard to, survive. Being a Hindi medium student, it's very hard
Yes,
to find out, first of all, speak, I mean, good speaker, English partner. So I was also from Hindi medium side, and like when I was in my school life, the very time I was not wide able student, I used to bunk the class over there. And if I talk about English language, I was like all thumb. Okay, it was like I was taking this language as a burden because before when I was in my school life, the very time I used to think this is subject. Okay, but when I face the reality, whenever I met with real people who is really brilliant in English language, then they made me understand this is not like don't consider this language as a subject. We have to speak. We have to consider this language as a this subject as a language. Then we can work on this language and we can speak spontaneous like naturally. Okay, so
yes.
that kinds of thing used to happen with me. And yeah, I had no any kinds of circle in my school life and in my college life because I also did my I can say masters as well, my graduation in Hindi medium college. So over there it was really hard to find out a good speaker, I can say not good speaker, like good partner over there, English partner. And like when I tried to speak front of some friends, so they made laugh at me. I was feeling like a cuckoo in the next over there. Overall the journey it was not good. I can say I had to face fail down, then I made myself understand, then I figure out again. So it was very hard, I can say. I had to run the midnight oil whatever right now I am. And this process, this is ultimate. I cannot say like if you know some words, if you are aware of this language very well, then we can say that's enough. The process is ultimate. We have to learn this not this language, we have to learn till our last breath, I can say. So
Yeah,
how I know that kinds of facts, because I had conversation with some people, so that's why they told me like this. And I can say now I have some experience about like what we can say and how we can convey our message, how we can share our thoughts.
yeah, I also faced that kind of problem as you mentioned that when I started it, people used to laugh at me then whenever I used to try to speak in front of the people, and I used to make some English vlog. Then it people are saying to me that they somewhere they used to say me that he would become a YouTuber. Like you can say they were commenting on me negatively, even though my friend
Hmm.
as well. When I started it, I used to say to my friend that I want to learn English, I want to fluent in this language. They used to laugh at me, and I also faced in my coaching center when I started it, I could not understand it properly. Then some
Hmm.
friends used to say some unnecessary things, like suppose whenever we try to speak in front of them, they are good in the at it. That's why they think that he would not
Hmm.
learn this language because I was not aware about that much at the time because I had my board exam, so I had to prepare my board exam. So that was the reason behind that I could not practice daily basis, even though my teacher used to say me that you are not practicing it daily basis. Then after 4 to 5 months I thought that now I should work on my English. Then after my board exam I did you can say I could everything what whatever I could do. I did
Hmm.
lots of things.
Okay, sounds good. So recently you have passed your 12th class. How much marks did you get
Yes,
in 12th class?
I got 71%. I had
70.
PCM
So
in my
that's
12th.
so that's nice according to you, and you could achieve more.
Yeah, I could achieve more, but there was some reason. Before giving my exam, I had fear. I was not feeling, you can say, I was under the weather there at that time. So that was the reason
Hmm.
behind that somewhere I could not achieve that much marks.
Okay, is any kind of incident happen with you now? Let it be, man. That's not made for me. That's not my cup of tea. Why I'm taking a lot of burden? Is everything fine? Because I can say there's some problem. I think
Yes, yes, you are
that
not
it's
visible.
happening. It's my bad.
Okay, no problem. Maybe there was some internet problem. That's why.
Nah, sometimes it's happened. It
Yeah.
used to happen with me many times. I have experience. I can say.
Okay.
Okay, okay. So is like when you was in your 12th class. So what makes you stuck when like you yeah when you was in your 12th class? Any subject, any kinds of work, any kinds of specific things that you can say.
Yeah, I faced. You can say my father was not good at that time. He had some uh, injury, so that's why he could not
Mm,
do any work. So I had to work in farm with my mothers and with my brother, as well as I was
mm,
learning spoken English at that time, and I had to give my whole exam. So you can say I had to face multiple problems, but even though I could
mm.
learn it,
But you were very strong the very time, so that's why you managed each and everything. You manage
yeah,
your
still
study
I
and
do.
you manage your family. That's
Yeah,
amazing,
still I do that work.
right? So now you can say you become self-aware. That's why you are
Yes,
handling all the things. You know how to
yeah,
you are aware of how to fight with problems, because in our life problems just like we can consider temporary. Your emotion, your feeling, your problem, everything is temporary in this world. If we understand the concept of the universe, as you know, like everybody has a limited time, problem as well, friend as well, relatives as well, our parents, you and me, everybody has. But
yes,
the main game is just mindset. If you have a specific mindset, you know how to fight with them, then you can win your life. I can say you can win the world as well.
yes. Before, when I started to learning this language, then one day I thought that I would not learn it properly, so I should quit it. Then I read a book that name was The Power of Subconscious Mind. Then after reading that book, I thought that I could do it properly. Then I joined my coaching center again. Then I could it.
Hmm.
I could learn.
Yeah, really, that's a I can say that's a fact. So yeah, that's why we should, instead of thinking about the people, we should think about ourselves. What's going on, in our mind. So one question
Yeah.
that I wanna ask: what do you think? A page of paper cannot decide our future. That line is good, or that line says right or not?
Sorry, I could not listen to you properly. Could
Okay, okay.
you
Let's. I'm gonna repeat. I'm gonna repeat. What do you think? Many people say a page of paper cannot decide our future.
Yes, somewhere it's right because I have seen multiple people like who are not educated, but even though they are earning that much money, as you see that there is a YouTube, lots of people are earning that much money. Even though if you have good education, if you are capable for that, but you are unable to achieve a single job, so it matters somewhere. I have also seen multiple people who did not used to go to school in their childhood, but now they are earning that much money, like 1 lakh,
Hmm.
2 lakh rupees. And I
Hmm.
have also seen that who used to go to school, who was topper in his class, but nowadays they are not doing anything. But a paper or a pen cannot decide our future. I have seen multiple people who got failed in
Hmm.
exam.
Even though they, hmm,
Yes,
yeah,
go ahead.
even though that kinds of people need it, I can say they proved whatever they are. Like for getting success does not matter your page of paper, whatever you have does not matter. If you are
Yes,
working on the right way and everything you already know, your I can say roadmap, then yeah, you are going to nail it. I can say.
yes. And what do you think about that?
About that, yeah, if you are very passionate towards your goal, whatever you want to achieve, And first thing that I can say, if you are honest with yourself, then nobody can stop you to achieve whatever you want to achieve in your life. So sometimes
Yes.
making ourselves understand and analyze ourselves where we are, your time, where your time is going on. That's very, mandatory things that we need to recognize as soon as possible. For example, if you want to join Indian Army, if you wanna become a pilot, but the problem is that you are not aware of. You are working as a blindly. You are doing hard work. A donkey do hard work. It does not mean like a donkey he is going to achieve success. Okay, so we have to analyze ourselves where our time is going on. It's going on in the right way. It's going on in the productive way or not. For example, if you are if you are giving your time on the scrolling social media every single day, you are indiscriminately you are busy on social media. So there's no bright future over there. But you are working as a blind person over there. Okay, so you are saying you are deluding yourself every single day. Even though your parents they are our parents they are thinking my child and my daughter, she is really doing hard work, but we are not aware of our hard work where it's going on. There is no bright future in that kinds of way. So sometimes we have to analyze ourselves where our time is going on and where we are actually. So then first we analyze, then we can recognize now I need to work on the right way. Otherwise, nobody will give me respect, and I will not have my future. Because brother, one thing, Nurdeen,
Yes.
our present whatever we are doing, that's gonna decide our future. Like many people they make excuse. For example,
Yes.
I will start tomorrow. Like a person who wants to learn English, okay, he is keen to learning this language, but the problem is we are not taking action. We are depend tomorrow. We are saying to ourselves, I'm gonna start from tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes, as you know. So
Yeah.
that's why we have to analyze ourselves, I can say, and we have to learn something from our mistake that we used to make. And if still we are making, then we have to learn something from them. Then it's gonna work as a booster, and we can say they are like well wishers.
Yes, I have also seen multiple people who says
I
that
hope you are
we
getting my
would
point.
start it tomorrow. What?
I hope you are getting my point.
Yes, I got.
Yeah, come again. You wanted to say something.
Yes, I was just saying that I was, you can say, repeating your word as you said that many people says that we would start it after tomorrow or in tomorrow. Then it happens.
Hmm.
I also faced that. Earlier days, I was thinking that I would create a YouTube channel where I would upload some mathematics videos because I'm good in mathematics. So I was thinking that I would
Hmm.
start it tomorrow. I would start it tomorrow, but even though I could not start it, then one day I thought that today I would do it. Then definitely I did that.
The promise that we made last night, that's
Yes,
tomorrow. Today, that's tomorrow, I can say. Okay,
yes,
and Nurdin, what do you think? How we can, how we can break our comfort zone, and how we can find out, how we can figure out right now we are in our comfort zone and we need to break it.
yes. Somewhere I cannot understand it properly. Comfort
You
zone.
didn't get
Yes,
comfort
yes.
zone,
I don't.
for example. Okay, okay. Comfort zone means, for example, if you are learning anything, okay, but you are not crossing the boundaries that you need to cross. And if
Okay,
you
okay.
cross your boundary, then you can learn something more. If
Yeah,
I
now
hope
I
you are getting my
understood.
point. Okay,
Yes,
okay,
yes. I
so
got
carry
it.
on.
So you are talking about an English comfort zone or other one.
English comfort zone. Okay, not English, like anywhere in our life, how we can how we can break our comfort zone,
Okay,
where we
okay.
are
Firstly,
busy and mhm. Carry on.
yeah, firstly we have to start it. Like if we are, as we are learning a spoken English, and if we are thinking that we would start it tomorrow, so we have to do it. And we says to our mind that suppose you are studying now, and now your mind is distracting. Then you are going to watch some reel. So you should say to your mind that I would study only 5 minutes. Then after 5 minutes, I would watch reel. Then your mind would automatically say to you, and it can control properly to you. Then you would be learn. You would study properly. So
Hmm.
mind is matter everywhere. If you can control your mind, so everything you can control and everything you can
Yeah,
achieve.